Yeah, I think now it is fine. Okay, amazing. Welcome everybody to the session. So glad that all of you are joining. Smitha, as you can see, she's already here. We'll be inviting her soon for this. Okay, so please keep yourself on mute till we come to the question section. Okay, I'll just give you a quick structure first, what all will happen today. And I will request for everyone who can be on camera, please be on camera so that we have also a good time while we are watching you and your beautiful faces and smiles. Okay, so please be on camera and it will be much more easier for Smita. And I can also proudly say my community is amazing, Smita. So please be on camera if you can. Okay, perfect. So today, as you know, there's no meditation session, of course. Usually you're used to doing that. And try to keep yourself on mute. Otherwise, it will be a little difficult for us to navigate in between. Okay, perfect. So we'll start first by, of course, welcoming Smita, and I'll tell you my story, how I kind of came across her. And then we will like give this whole platform to her, and she will like take you by on this journey of how she went into this journey also in this path. And also, what is this path all about? What is this lifestyle, and how it can really change or impact you, your physical, mental, and spiritual life. Okay, so I'm sure it's going to be very interesting. The question part will come in the end. So till then, try not to get too much into the questioning thing, and try to be more open and receiving. Just listen what's going on here. Try to be receiving, and then by the end, of course, you can ask questions. Some of Smita's followers who have followed this path and have got benefit from this are also in this session today. So we welcome you as well. Thank you so much for being here. They will also share how this path has benefited them. Okay. So with that, let's get started. I will tell you first how I came across Smitha. So Smitha actually met me through my father actually, because my father had some physical issue. And I genuinely believe that I don't want to go into the whole path of surgery and things like that. So I thought, okay, let me just look into an alternate method. And one of my community member only, Sarika, gave me her contact, Smitha's contact. And I still remember the first conversation that I had with Smitha. I asked her, and the first thing that she said, Shivangi, I work intuitively. Okay. And that was like my click on moment because I work intuitively. And I was like, yeah, this is the person I want to work with because, first of all, she's like so open with this fact that I'm working intuitively. So see if you want to connect with this. And she's working with her intuition. So it just kind of made sense for me. And I went ahead with her for my father also. After my father and after seeing him changing his habit, that was quite shocking for me because I never thought that my father can give up on milk. But trust me when I say this, since the day he had session with Smita, he has not touched milk at all. And trust me, Smita, he has not. I am also surprised. Okay. And he's almost, I think, 65 plus. Okay. So it was a big deal for him to change a habit. Now, coming to me, I was like, okay, this sounds exciting. I always have struggled with my weight. So I thought, okay, let me reach out to her. So I talked to her, and the first session, okay, easily, very nicely, she said with a smile, Shivangi, you will do 10 days juice fast. I was like, okay, this is not gonna happen. Because trust me when I say this, I have not done any kind of fast in my entire life till then. Okay. And because I used to get headache, I used to get vomit. I was like, "Nah, this is not possible." But then it is the like angelic charm of Smita that convinced me that I can do a 10 days juice fast. And I started with that. And the first 3 days were like, this is not for me. Like my ego were coming with all kind of explanation why this is not the right path. Okay. And I was sending her all sort of messages at 10 p.m. in the night also. Smita, this is not for me. Don't you think this is too hard for my body? Whatever my ego was telling me. And Smita was handling everything with so much love. And she was trying to show me that, hey, all this headache that you're experiencing in the first few days, the vomit that you're experiencing is a good sign. Your body is ready to detox. That is why this is happening. And the more I understood, the more I went into the state of acceptance. And she will also give you spiritual guidance, by the way. And I am someone who talks about acceptance, but that was my test. Okay, so that was amazing. And after like 3-4 days, my body started feeling so much better. And I completed that 10 days juice fast. Okay, and I'm still surprised. and my skin was glowing, which is still glowing, by the way, if anyone wants to compliment. Okay. But it was so amazing. And I was so excited. I was so energetic. I'm still actually not on any like very hard or like oily food and everything. I'm still with like fruits and everything that Smitha has suggested so far. And my energy level is like really high. Okay. So I am like one of the biggest person because I can't do a fast. Okay. This is impossible for me. But apart from that, a little bit about Smita very quickly, because I want her to speak more in this session, is that she is a nature-based plant, thank you, Smita, plant-based lifestyle coach. And she has been helping people with chronic health conditions like cancer, blood pressure, diabetes, thyroid. The name of the disease doesn't really matter because it's about the wisdom of body. Okay. What she works with is the inner wisdom of body. Okay. So yeah, that is all. And we discussed, let's do a session. Maybe through this session, you all can be enlightened. I completely understand. Like me, all of us come with a lot of conditioning around food and our body. My only request to all of you would be to keep those conditioning just for another 1 hour in a separate box. Okay. And we are not asking you to completely put it out, but just keep it in a separate box and come with an empty box here. See what you receive. And then, of course, Smita will tell you all the good details and everything further. Okay. So can we at least have that today? If we can, please give me a yes in the chat box. Okay, perfect. Thank you. So Smita, please go ahead. The session is all yours.
Welcome everybody, all the 108 participants and all the people who are going to see this recording in the future. Thank you so much for joining, making some time to come here and then listen to a stranger. So thank you so much. So a little bit about me. I am about 46 years old, and I came to this path in my 30s when I was facing chronic health conditions such as some autoimmune issues, skin conditions, very severe respiratory issues and all of those things. I had a lot of hateful emotions in my heart when I was going through all of these things, which is why I kind of became diseased to the level that I nearly died. So in 2012, this happened, and between 2010 and 12, I faced severe life conditions where I was nearly dying about twice. I had that near death experience. So at that time, of course, after that, I came out because every time I had to get into steroids and other such things. So they revived me and then I came out. But then I had to find a way to get on with my life, right? I also had two little children with me, 8 years old and 5-year-old children, girls. At that time, I didn't know anything else, and I went ahead with allopathy itself. And later on, I started Ayurvedic, and then I went on to homeopathic after some time. So whenever I took the medicines, it would help me, and then after that, it wouldn't help me. So which means I used to have a lot of asphyxiations in the sense breathing issues, swallowing issues. I had trouble taking in oxygen and stuff like that. So it used to become very hard without steroids. So then after the Ayurvedic medications and other things, slightly it used to go down, but then over time again, after I quit Ayurvedic, it again started. It was not that severe, but then it again started. So maybe I'll just put myself on spotlight. So it started again, okay? And then later on, some well-wisher of mine, she guided me towards acupressure, okay? But then they were very far. The coach was very far. So what they told me was the body has this innate ability to heal, which was like a shocking thing to me because by that time I had become almost a doctor because I've been taking medicines for a long time since my childhood with a lot of respiratory issues and all that. So I had nearly become a doctor. I just didn't have an MBBS degree. That's all. So and I also wish to be a doctor always. But then because of my health conditions, I couldn't even write the medical exam. I mean, that's another story. So here they said, oh, body has this innate ability to heal. Why aren't you even considering that? I said, is it? Oh, body thinks also. The body has its intelligence. Oh, yeah. And when we do acupressure and all of those things, it is just a block that we are trying to clear. We're just going to aid the body, but then the body has the ability to heal by itself. So they asked me to quit all kinds of, they called it white poisons, which is milk, then maida, white sugar, and then any form of medicines. So all of these whites I had to quit overnight, and then I used to take a lot of medications. So I quit overnight because by the time I become very desperate for my life. I had children and all that. So um, at that time, I just went overnight. I quit all kinds of dairy. Overnight, I quit all kinds of medicines. What she said was, let's flush the body. Let's go into flushing the body. At that time, the only thing that they told was liquid meals. So I took some liquids at that time, and then and every time I had attacks, which is I had autoimmune issues, right, skin issues. It was called urticaria, and whenever I had attacks all over the body, rashes and hives would erupt. I used to go on liquids until that actually reduces, because it was basically my body's so much of acids were filled inside the body with my emotions, those became acids. Of course, my food also became poisoned because of the emotions that I had, right? Food reflects the emotions that you have. So they all had to get flushed out because they had no way of getting out of my body, and I had not enough liquids to flush it out. So those liquids that I continued to keep drinking over the period of that year, in fact, healed me completely. It took time. I mean, it gradually reduced and I completely healed myself, and all of my major issues actually healed, and then my skin improved, my I lost a lot of weight, everything became okay. And then I saw similar issues in my children, and then obviously I had to work on it. I used to live in a joint family, so my in with my in-laws and brother-in-law, co-sister, and all of those people. So it was slightly challenging for me to change my diet altogether, but then I had no choice. I went ahead. I did not know there was something like a plant-based diet, vegan, and all of that. All that was very fancy for me at that time. I just went ahead, just quitting some of the things that I was not supposed to eat at that time, based on whatever they told. And then, can you mute yourself, everybody? Thank you. So this is what happened at that time. And this went on, and my children also healed. I mean, it's another big topic if I have to talk about the children and how I guided them to work, especially in a joint family setup, because you have elders coming in and all that, right? So it is another big topic. So I worked with them, and then later on I was like, oh yeah, my children also have healed. I have also healed. So now what do I do with this, all this knowledge and experience that I've got? So I started randomly. I used to be a part of this Moms of Bangalore Facebook group. So there also people would post SOS messages. So I would just ping them and I would tell, this is what you have to do, try it. And if people resonate with me, many strangers, they resonated with me at that time, and then they tried and it worked like that. People started calling me, and I started taking calls, and then so this became like a big hobby altogether. So in until 2019, it was only a hobby because I come from an IT background. I've been a program manager with Hewlett Packard for about 18 years until I quit in 2018. For about 18, 19 years, I've actually worked in IT, and that was my background. And then I used to love baking, so I was also a professional vegan baker. I would bake and sell my stuff, and this was just a hobby for me. It was not a money earning thing or anything. But then this became so huge by 2019 that people would like want to pay me and then consult with me, kind of thing. So this became huge, and I obviously quit my IT job because I had sort of lost interest in that by that time. And then I moved on to this, and then because of an accident, I would have pursued vegan baking, but because I didn't think that this profession would actually bring in money and all of that as a profession. So I was pursuing vegan baking as a career, but then I met with an accident, and then the universe helped me pick only one career because I didn't have my hand was fractured. I had a surgery and all of that. So I had to, then people started coming in for my talking to clients actually became more. And then people approached me for working for their websites. And then I used to write articles for this company called Wellcure. And I used to do voice to text because my hand was actually not okay. My volume is low. Can you try increasing your volume?
I can hear properly. I
Yeah,
can.
yeah, yeah. Maybe you can increase your volume. So at that time, I actually did voice to text and I wrote a lot of articles for them, did Q&A for them and all of that. So it actually picked up quite a lot because now my entire attention was going only to this. So this went on and on and on, and today I am here. But then why do I call it intuitive is If you see, my background is all IT. And then I did not become a healer because I wanted to become a healer. And I did not even know when I became actually a person like whoever I am. In this process, while working with the children, I was learning something. And then every time my younger one had some form of health challenges, I had to rather work on myself or work with, let's say, my baking itself. I was a vegetarian baker. I had to switch to vegan baking. So, like this, lots of such changes I've done because my mind told, rather, my internal self told me to do. Or where did I get all this knowledge that I was constantly pouring into the people who are approaching me? I didn't read any books. In fact, I have connect with so many natural communities as of now. But at that time, I didn't have any connections. I did not even know that the word vegan even exists because I had only read that word in the aeroplane, in the plane, in the menu and all of that. Right? That was, I thought it was all some fancy word, and I did not even look up on Google what that was because it was all life was going on well. So things were just coming inside me. My father passed away from cancer, and after that, my aunt also passed away from cancer. But then, while I was working with her, some other people who knew about natural diets and all that, I worked with them, and then I helped work with my aunt. I saw so much of progress in her healing, but of course, she had to. Her path was entirely different, so she eventually passed away. But that got a lot of knowledge, and eventually, cancer people started coming to me because when my father died, right, I had this feeling that I have to do some work on this area. And whether I had knowledge or whether I didn't have knowledge, people just started coming to me. And then I used to actually become desperate because I wanted them to heal, I wanted them to live. So, in that desperation, I wanted to tap the highest source which will give me this knowledge. Hey, how can this cancer be healed? How can people get that relief? Because I see people suffering. How will they heal? How will they heal? I can't get this from books because I didn't know which book to read, right? So I had to, then somebody say, hey, yeah, maybe God knows this. So I had to find God. How do I find God? So I started looking up, how do I find God? People said meditations will help you find God. So then I came across this Kundalini meditation, Sky Kundalini meditation, and then I started going there. And then there I understood, oh, death is actually something that we plan and we come here. It's not that I have to settle with that fact. I cannot fight death. I cannot fight for somebody else's death also. I had to accept it. So many of that kind of knowledge came through that course, Kundalini course. Lots of life lessons came in. So, although I did not pursue a lot of meditation, Kundalini meditations, but the life lessons came in. It was the first time I actually understood what is a soul also at that. And I was not a person who even prayed a lot. It was just that God was there, and yeah, I just do this namaskaram and then it's all done types. I was that kind of person. And then eventually this became so serious in my life that I actually started connecting to all these deities. In the sense, I would feel that they were very close to me, and it was a one-sided conversation for me because I'm not a person who sees or like Shivangi, right? I'm not a person who will see and all that. But this knowledge just kept coming. Although I'm not reading about it, it was like when I talk to somebody, when I'm talking to a client, I exactly know what I should tell them, why they are going through these problems. And I have not planned it. Even every single conversation I have with a client, one on one, I do about 4 to 5 hours with people, right? It's not like I plan at all. I tell them it's okay. You tell about your background and everything in the call itself. In the call itself, I'm going to tell you what we are going to do, and I don't prepare for it. I don't do anything because I personally believe that I'm not the one who's actually coming up with anything here. I'm just a medium, and whoever whichever guide has to come through to tell them whatever they have to know, because they will exactly know what to tell them. How do I know what to tell them? So in that way, I kept recognizing these patterns in my life. And then when I started supporting people, even today, if I don't have a lot of information to tell them, as I continue to support them, my mind will remind me about them at some point, and I will exactly know that they needed to talk to me. So some of these intuitive connections started happening. It was like as if I've just been used as a medium. And then I did not even know how I actually grew over a period of time, spiritually, how I grew over a period of time. So I just started becoming that channel. I started allowing myself to just enjoy being an employee of God. And I enjoyed that particular role. And I did not really look for money. I didn't look for fame. I didn't look for nothing. My whole joy was in about working for this best employer ever. So, which is God. And he continued to use me. And in this process of working with people, of course, knowledge came, books. Whenever books came in front of me, I would basically definitely read it because I knew it was a sign. For example, I'm a certified pranic healer also. So all of these courses come to me as if it's for me. Okay, when they come to me, I'm thinking, oh yeah, see, this is for me. I'm going to actually become a pranic healer, and all of those things will come to me. But then I would have gone there for something else. But later on, I would know that some person who's coming to me, some client who's coming to me, would need that knowledge, would need that information. I'll realize later, and like that, so many people have got benefited. And then one fine day, I would leave that and I would go off. It was like it was a momentary knowledge that was not even meant for me. It was meant for somebody else, and I had to just pass it on. So like this, so many things have come to me, and I was just a medium to just pass on that knowledge to people. And then it would just leave me as if the way it came, it would leave also, which means that connection would not be there to that particular knowledge that I had. Like this, so many mantras and something and all have come, they've gone also. So I've realized that I'm not really a person. Nothing is coming to me to help me, but in the process of helping somebody, or I should say, they are reflection of me only. It's not like they are somebody else. My healing happens when they bring that experience to me, and if I am in that level of acceptance and receptivity, I'm eventually going to heal that part of my karma. So that naturally came, that kind of realization naturally came. In fact, what is this clairvoyance? What is this claircognizance? All that came only in 2019 20. That knowledge also was not there. What I'm going through, what is this knowledge download? All that also was not there. Who are angels? Who are these archangels? None of these things. I mean, all this terminologies also I did not know. But I knew there is a pattern that is going on, and I just have to go with that pattern. So Nature Cure also happened to me only in 2017, 18, as a formal knowledge. I just attended somebody's WhatsApp, somebody who knew, I attended their WhatsApp course. That's all, 10 days WhatsApp course. But then I realized, oh my God, I'm actually doing this already since 2014, 12. I did not even have a name for it. Even today, I don't have a name for what I do, right? I don't have oh, this is my clinic. This is what people do have names for whatever they do, right? So I don't have a name, and I don't even go and advertise and say this is what I do, because so many people, Shivangi's friends were actually coming to me. We decided to have this meeting so that I can tell everything about me in the open, in a conversation like this. But otherwise, I had to reply to all those people who were coming to me in person, right? So that is why we actually planned this meeting. So I don't even go to a platform and say, hey, come to me, Nature Cure is very great and you will heal and all that, because I personally believe that if you are resonating with this is for you. I'm not going to say that there is, oh, acupressure is bad, allopathy is bad, this is bad, that is bad. I'm not going to tell that. You'll never find that from me. Because if a person has to resonate with that, if you are surrendered, if you are in that acceptance level, and if you are purely in that shraddha mode, right, towards whatever you are going through, it will heal you, because that virtue is what you are looking at. If you are not surrendered in whatever you are trying, you can try 10 different paths, none of these things would have healed, and you continue to keep shopping, right? It's that mindset, and that mindset will come when you are in the right place at the right time. You will, and people who come to me are automatically ready. I don't even sell whatever I do to them, even in that first call. I'm not convincing them at all, and I don't force anybody also. They are naturally motivated, self-motivated, and they intrinsically motivated, and they are automatically doing, because this is the power of just allowing things to be. If I'm going there to the internet, hey, come, my thing is the best, then I'm actually in lack mode, because I know that I'm not, I don't have something, and that's why I'm trying to get clients. But in this case, I've seen a pattern. Even when I did not do this professionally, Somebody got some just word of mouth. People would just come by word of mouth, or relatives, friends, somebody would come. Till now, it has happened. And even I'll tell you about how the way I charge and all of that. But then what I should say is 2018, I quit my job, IT job, which was a good paying job. I quit it in 2018 end. Since 2018 end, I've actually not even asked my husband money because my bank account continues to stay populated, abundant. Because I know my employer will somehow put money there with clients, or maybe some shares in my name, something dividends, something will come. And my entire household runs because of my money only, through my money only. And we are like literally eating a lot of fruits, lot of vegetables. I don't even ask a person how much is the cost. I just give. Till date, I don't know how much I pay for my apple or orange or this or that. Because I know somebody else is sourcing it. Somebody else will take care. If they want me to be healthy, yeah, they'll take care of that also. Right? So it is that internal trust that I started developing with that internal guidance that I already had been getting for a long time. For me to realize that there was guidance also, it took a long time. So it is like I was automatically being molded into a person that I am today. And of course, with why did I continue to get change, improve? Because of my second daughter, who has been a major source of, let's say, she's a teacher. When she brings in challenges as a child or as her health challenges, whatever came in, that has always helped me to look further compared to whatever I was doing. And the knowledge also came in. So lots of puzzles kept coming together, and that's how I am here to do. And then um, I did not really hesitate to take people with even fourth stage cancers, third stage cancers, because I knew I'm not the one who's healing them. I will just pass on the knowledge. I will just be my own committed self. I will be 100% dedicated towards their healing because they are a reflection of me. And if I don't show that love towards them, I don't show that commitment towards them, that means that I am actually not working on myself. Right? When we are in a family setup, typically we are exposed to a family or exposed to some maybe office colleagues or friends. That much is our typical karmic cycle that we are typically working on. But then when we become people like us or people like Shivangi, then we have a plan where we are even taking in different set of strangers who are probably not even connected in our life on a direct level. We are we are we have what do you say, we are determined to work at that level also. So they become a part of our family, extended part of our family. And then I have to look at what is it that I'm going to improve myself, or what is it that I'm going to learn from what this person is bringing to me. Everybody is a postman, and that postman is going to bring to me a message that I have to understand what is in it for me. So obviously, when a client is working with me long term, there are so many things I can learn from them, right? Sometimes there might be a hard client. I'll have to learn patience. Sometimes I might have told the same thing 10 times, but they may not have understood. Again, there is patience. So some people, let's say, they may not pay me in time. There's a lot of patience. So there are different things that I'll have to learn when it comes to, let's say, my money block or my relationship blocks. And the best thing I've noticed is every single person has some pattern that they share with me. I mean, obvious pattern that they share with me. Either, let's say, whatever in-laws problems I had, or let's say some form of inferiority complex that I had. So many such patterns I look at inside them when they tell me their story. And then since I have already overcome that, it will be very easy for me to actually guide in that area, guide them in that area. And I realized that initially I used to work with people only on physical issues. But then over a period of time, I realized that, hey, all of these are coming from their emotional blocks, emotional challenges. And even if I help them with food and other things, they'll still be complaining about their mother in law, father in law, husband, children. They'll bring that. And there is no end to that at all. I can't give solutions to each of their problems, but I can definitely work on helping them how they can improve themselves, become my Gita teacher always says that human life is an endeavor for character building. So we are the same God who expresses himself in that lower energy, and the same God who's going to express himself in that higher energy also. But when we are in that lower form of energy, what are we learning in that frequency? There is obviously so many emotions that we have to learn and understand from that frequency, right? So, like that, I started to understand that I have to work on myself, irrespective of the challenges that I face. Sometimes we won't know what to work on, sometimes we may know, sometimes we need to wait until that even knowledge comes through inside. Because that experience wouldn't have become pakka yet, and until it becomes pakka, the next level we will not get to. So all of these came to me naturally through people or through books or through videos or generally some mix and match of everything put together. But in my head it'll all come logically right. So this is where I believe that I am not the one who's bringing this, because I didn't even plan for this meeting also. I knew, okay, whatever will come through my mouth is going to be something that will come naturally. So this it's very difficult for me to actually have planned presentations and planned conversations because I stutter. But then when it comes to unplanned, it actually flows. And this is how I work. But over a period of time, I've also started charging because I had a money block. I thought, oh yeah, see, Jesus was helping people. So many saints were helping people. Why should I charge? Why can't I mean, my husband earns well and all. It's not like I'm in a poverty situation or something. So why should I charge? I can actually do this as a hobby itself. But then my friends told me that, hey, Smita, money in the right hands is going to reach the right hands also. Many ways, money is anyway not yours. Money is energy. So why are you basically saying I don't want Lakshmi? Why should you basically block that energy? So that's when I realized, hey, money is energy. Oh yeah, I didn't know about it. So that's when I accepted. In fact, it took time. When I realized that, oh, am I charging too much? Then I noticed that that person was bargaining with me also, because I had to accept my own self worth. And then when I started charging, and then I accepted that, oh, this is the money I'm going to charge. Whoever comes, let them come. What if poor people miss out from this? I had a solution for that also. Okay, yeah, if I have I have worked with people who could not afford, like worker classes and all that, I could not afford. People have come with cancers and all of that. So, or maybe even stomach ailments, stomach ulcers. I have not taken money from them. And there have been Samaritans who've paid money to me and who paid extra money to me. So I sort of balance it out there. Some people would have paid extra, some people are not paying because of their financial conditions and all that. So somehow they all get balanced out. I knew this is all going to happen. So I'm okay to charge. And because you see, people don't go to hospitals and they don't question the receptionist, hey, why did the doctor charge so much? Or why have you billed me so much? We just blindly pay, right? So we are here also like that in that capacity. So when these were all my learning as a part of my charging money blocks, because I also came from a middle class family, and then we've also come from a place where, oh, money have to be saved, money has to be saved. So that kind of mentality, don't spend a lot, this is cheap, that is expensive, all of that even we have come up with. We have grown in that kind of atmosphere. So if I had to start believing that money is energy, whether it goes or whether it comes, it is still the same thank you that I need to give. It took time, right? So it has been at least about 12 years since I'm on this path. It has taken time to be who I am, to improve. To I should not say improve, because I was not in a bad situation in the past, even when I was sick, and I'm not in a bad situation now. Also, it's not like I am the same whole God in that level. Also, I'm the same whole God in this level also, because it's just the way of experiences that I needed in each level of each frequency, lower frequencies as well as higher frequencies. It is I just became open to those experiences, and now I am, let's say, in a higher frequency compared to what I was in the past. Where, what, when, I don't know. And life is definitely very good. I don't see any problems in my life, and wherever there are challenges also, I know that rather I have the knowledge as to how to handle them. I have to wait it out. Things will come, things will change whenever it has to, but then acceptance is something that I've learned. So yeah, this is what it is. And so the way I work, there's my own pattern. And when I was healing myself, working on myself. I did not have any human guide. Internally, I used to get guidance, but then I didn't have any human guides. And I always craved for talking to a human being about my questions that I had or something. Answers would come because I knew I would think, "Ah, who do I ask? Who do I ask? Okay, I would think of some names, but then I would say, oh yeah, they will probably not know this, they will not know this, they will not know this. Ultimately, I'll end up questioning myself. So in the process of that questions, the question would have been sent out to the universe. Answers would also come in eventually. Let's say when I'm taking bath or sometime it'll just click like this. So I knew answers will anyway come at some point, but I had to only wait it out, right? So like this, I didn't have anybody. So I always felt that maybe not everybody will get this opportunity of getting guidance on their own. So I should be there when they need me. So the way I work is in the first call, I give all the I take in all the what do you say, physical, emotional, belief systems, spiritual background, everything I take in that 1 hour in that video call that I do, first video call that I do. I hear from the client, and then I tell them about what intuitively comes to me. Physical. Sometimes people are not very spiritual, and they have to hear a lot more about physical, about nature cure, about how fruits work, how vegetables work. They are more into that level. So based on that feeling of where they are in that level, in that journey, I predominantly focus on that and help them understand that area. Okay. So this call will typically take minimum, it will take 3 hours, and then sometimes maximum, if they come with their own baggage, it has taken even 6 hours. So I charge for 3 hours, and then after that, if I'm talking extra more than 3 hours or something, then I charge for that balance after the call, and after that I'm giving lifetime guidance. I should say long-term guidance, long-term hand holding, um, for as long as they need. In that hand holding period, I'm not going to force anybody, and I would have given them homeworks. I would have told them what to do. If they reach out to me, give me updates on a daily basis, tell me what their problems are. Hey, Smita, I did this. These are the problems. Like how Shivangi told, right? Smita, first 3 days I faced all these challenges. So in between whatever challenges, she reached out to me. So at that time, whatever guidance comes, I'll share. Right. So, but if somebody says, oh, I'm not able to do this, and they don't talk to me at all, I'm not the one losing this whole thing at all, because I would have already taken the money. For me, that time when I charged was for my own time on the call. But after that, you are empowered to take charge of your health. I'm only hand holding you. As long as you're empowered, you feel empowered, you should take charge, because if you don't take charge, how will your mind get committed to this whole thing? If Smita spoon feeding you everything, then obviously it doesn't work. But then spoon feeding is necessary in the initial days until you become your own doctor. You have to become your own doctor, because Smita will be there tomorrow. Today she's not going to be there. Day after tomorrow she's not going to be there. Today she'll be there tomorrow. So you have to become your own doctor, because tomorrow, if you are seeing promising changes in your lifestyle changes, then you'll obviously want to do it for your children, for your husband, everybody, right? Initially nobody is going to you may sit on this call, oh yeah, all the gyan you got, but then, oh my god, this is like the ultimate, I need to make everybody change. No, it doesn't work. You have to be the only one who has to apply this change in your life, and then you will be the influencer in your family, where they will see you and learn. But you should definitely not go around preaching anybody about this. You will become a doctor someday. Doctor in the sense, you will become that knowledgeable person, experienced person about your own health. You have to see yourself going through fevers, colds, coughs, because they are all body's way of expressing itself out. Nature cure is what? If this is the center and this is the healthiest state that we can ever be in, because of our because of the experiences that we had to go through in each of these frequencies as a soul through this body, we would have deviated. And this is the gap where we have not been soul like, we have not behaved like a soul, right? So that is the gap that we see as diseases. Emotions wouldn't have been released from your body. You would have something would have got collected inside your body, right? So those we have to remove. How do we remove? Only by helping you go towards that center. Can we go to that center, perfect center? May not be. because we are always going to be imperfect. Only the God is perfect. We will always be that imperfect self. But we have to become comfortable in that imperfect lifestyle itself. Right? So we will focus on going back to the center mentally, emotionally, and all of that. So we'll slowly start going towards oneness from duality, emotionally, mentally, with belief systems and all that. Then we'll also physically work on cleaning up the body through natural fruits, vegetables, and greens and juices and all of that, because that is still alive. And this body is made up of 5 elements, and whatever we are eating is also made up of 5 elements. But then the more we bring in pranic 5 element foods, then the body is going to interact with those foods and then clean up, because they have their own energy, right? We are, see, energy is not created or destroyed in the universe. That is physics. So whatever energy that we have, right, we have to work with that energy only. So if you spend a whole, if the body is spending the whole of its energy towards cleaning you up on a daily basis, and which you are not allowing, oh, cold came, I'm going to take in a pill, stomach pain, ulcer, I'm taking in a pill, hand pain, I'm taking a pill, fever, take a pill. Body does not recognize these pills, but then you took it when your frequency was like that. That was the right thing that you wanted to do, you did. But maybe today, if you are able to resonate with this conversation and all, maybe you are in, it's the time for you to go on that proper path, help your body like a child. You are the soul, so your body is a child, right? So you will have to listen to that child, learn to communicate with that child, understand what it is telling, take it towards that natural 5 element state. Because ultimately, if we have to grow spiritually, we'll have to also raise our frequency. And foods, although they will not help you heal 100%, they will take you to a state where you will emotionally come to balance and then guide your own body mentally with the right belief systems, right emotions. The body will heal. But then when your body is still having a lot of toxins and acids and all of those things, the mind body connection, the gut brain connection will also not be okay. So you may have had emotionally imbalanced emotions, and then you would have come and then put all those toxins in the body which were not released. But then to heal, we need to go in the opposite direction. We need to start from the body and work parallelly at the emotional level, mental level, and all that. You can't do just physical, because if you do just physical, what will happen tomorrow? That body is going to die anyway. Let's say you're saying, oh, I'm going to be a fruitarian, I'm going to be fruits, I'm going to do only fruits, I'm going to do this. Yeah, you will actually see a lot of changes in your body. You will, or maybe your diseases will disappear also, because you're on that mode of constantly feeding the body just things that will not even disturb the balance. Because you see, every food that you eat also is coming like a teacher. It has a certain frequency. And in that frequency, if you have locked up some emotion, that emotion also will come out at that time. Right? At that time, you have to learn to tap that emotion, accept that emotion, stay with that emotion, and then allow that emotion to release from your body. So there are lots of such things that will parallelly go on, and hence it's called a holistic healing principle. Holistic means at a whole level it will heal you. You cannot expect only body to heal. That is not the focus. And the focus when you come to this thing is, I love fevers. Thank you, God, I got fevers. Let's celebrate fever. Yeah, one day when Shivangi said she had a fever, I said, wow, it's a celebration. She was like, what? So this is what it is. When your perspective has changed, you are now doing all these things to do what? Get your body to that healthy state. And when, how will you clean your bathroom? Only when you clean up the bath, only like if your house has dirty spots and all, the dirt has to be removed from there only, then it will be clean. So similarly, your body also has to be treated like that only. Same, we just need common sense. We don't need any doctor degree for this. See, I'm not doing any doctor degree. I'm able to talk only common sense with you. So the way you clean your bathroom, the way you clean anything in your house with water, liquids, the same thing we have to do to a body also. Simple, very simple. So give the body some things that it understands, which is natural foods, because they're all alive. They come with their own energy. They will not use up your energy to digest. So all the energy that you already had will be saved. So all that saving the body is going to put for the natural cleansing. It knows which part to clean, when to clean, how to clean, in what way to express it, as a fever, as a loose motion, as a vomiting. It knows exactly how to do that. How to do that repair work? It already has that innate intelligence. We just have to allow. We get in the way of our own body because we didn't come through that knowledge in the past, right? So now, if you are hearing this, you are already ready for it. At least it has gone in as seeds. When that seed will sprout and when you will be motivated to actually take the plunge, sometime you will. Because when you take the plunge, remember that it will not just be you. You will be facing your family, you'll be facing so many other things that are coming to you to disturb you. Because nature tests you. If you have to today, you are all ambassadors. If you follow this path, you are ambassadors to take this lifestyle to the next few generations. You will be teachers in the past, in the future. You'll be doing this to your children, you'll be guiding your children, who will again be the torch bearers for the next few generations. Right? Okay, I'm getting goosebumps. So, so this is how you'll actually be changing generations and generations. And in the future, it is going to be only plant based. We had a contract with animals to eat them, and they were sacrificing themselves. It was a natural law that when the humanity is in the lower frequency, animals is what they will eat. But today, you may already know that Earth is in a very high frequency. She has already gone to the fifth dimension. So we have to catch up with her. And if you're getting this knowledge, you have to eventually make the shift to a plant-based lifestyle. And if when you say yes, I'm going to be allowing myself, bring in that knowledge, dear universe, I'm going to be okay with this, then you will get the right knowledge, you will also be convinced, your people and everybody will fall in line, and then they'll support you. It's a This is where surrender works, right? Surrender is a thing that which says, I'm mentally ready for all outcomes. I'm going to do my job, and I'm going to be mentally ready for all outcomes. And even if some small challenges come, I know that challenge is going to help me learn something. It's like a subject. It's like, let's say if you have 5 subjects, all the 5 subjects you have to anyway do to clear that class. You can't say, oh, I don't like Hindi, I don't like math. You can't do that. Like that, every single outcome is necessary for you to learn something. So whatever outcome comes, don't hesitate, don't fear, don't be anxious. So this is what it is. So I charge 3,000 rupees per hour. In June, slightly it is increasing. So this is what I do. And I take 9,000 rupees at one shot for that 3 hour window, which is minimum. And beyond that, whatever it is based on each and every case to case basis. And after that, I don't charge. Only if they want to again come and talk to me on some other topic, which they did not share with me, I charge money, but then that won't be 3 hours or something, because the foundation is already established. Because if I have to support them unconditionally on WhatsApp, people already have to have that knowledge. And I also give recordings to them. If they want to see the recording again, yeah, you can ask me questions. You don't have to follow anything blindly. You ask me as many questions as you want to get convinced on whatever you want to do, what you have to do, right? Initially, in Bhagavad Gita, there is a shloka which says, you can go read the Shastras, or you can go read the Vedas and whatever it is, every knowledge there is in the Vedas. So if you go read that and you understand it, you can implement it in your life and you can become your own teacher. But then if you're not in a position to go do that, get your own knowledge and then put that implementation in your own life, then follow a teacher. A teacher can be anybody, right? Whoever is coming in front of you with that knowledge. Follow the teacher to the T. Don't question. I mean, I'm just saying, the book says don't question, which means you surrender. Surrender to the teacher. Don't doubt the teacher. Don't doubt the process. Because if you have to doubt a process, if you have to question something, you at least have to do it for 6 months. Sincerely. Because you would have become a practitioner by then to even question that. So unless you become a experienced person, at least for yourself, you need to follow somebody to the T. And that mindset of surrender is actually going to heal you. Not the food, not the drink, not the meditations, nothing. It's your mind that is going to heal your body. And you need to come to that state today or tomorrow. Someday you will come to that state. Which is why you see, acupressure also healed cancer. Some herbal life also healed cancer. Some herbs also healed cancer. Something else also healed cancer. Somebody did water fasting and healed cancer. Somebody did juice and healed cancer. Somebody did fruits healed. So there are so many. The pranic healing healed cancer, Reiki healed cancer, everything. So there is nothing like a process that heals anything. That person would have resonated with that form of healing because that was a soul plan, right? When you come to that state of total surrender, it means that you are in the right path. And then you'll heal. Definitely you'll heal because your mind is surrendered. So so this is this is where I do hand holding, and this is where I do the guidance and stuff like that. Because for me, a person has to stand independently and work on themselves. Because trust me, I have like hundreds and hundreds of clients, maybe thousands also, I don't know, because I've lost track. But I'm typically supporting at least only 10 people on a day-to-day basis, because people eventually become empowered with whatever they have to do in their life on a daily basis, maybe 3 months, 4 months. They'll know what do I have to do, how do I have to eat. They'll get that knowledge automatically, and then they are not reaching me on a daily basis. They'll reach me whenever they have maybe some complex thing and whatever. So this is what it is. And yeah, I do take an advance. For me, payment is like a commitment. So I feel that they are committed only if they pay. Sometimes people, you may think that, oh, this is a lot of money. That's okay. I respect that because time has not come. So yeah, so this is what it is. In case you have questions, you can ask. I think I've covered everything. Not sure if you have questions, you can always ask. If there is any of my clients here, not sure who joined, who did not join, you can raise your hand if you want to share your experience working with me or working on Nature Cure, how it has helped you, or if you attended some of the other sessions that I have conducted, you can obviously.
Yeah, Smita, I want to share. Pooja here.
Pooja.
Yeah, I have taken the appointment with Smita, I think 7 to 8 months back. At that time, she told me about the physical. I told her about my physical situation, and she told me the food that I have to consume. At that time, I was only working on my physical condition. But slowly, as I connected more with Smita through WhatsApp, through our knowledge sessions and all that, I came to know that physical is just one aspect. You have to heal holistic, and that you can achieve only with by working on your mind. And when I come in contact with Smita, I started working on my mind, and I came to know that physical is just one aspect. It just only heal your body, but to heal your soul and you heal your mind, you have to work on spirituality. So I learn about the acceptance, surrender, and all these things in my life, and it changed me a lot as a person. Not only it changed my physical health also, but it changed me a lot as a person. So I am greatly thankful to the Smita for such a great knowledge, not only about the food, but also about the healing of your soul. So if you want to connect with Smita, connect with her because she works on your physical as well as on your emotional, social, and soul level. And I think to get healed completely, it is necessary to work on your whole, not only on the physical being. Because once Smita said that if you heal physically also, you heal your body. But in the next life, your impression of that disease is still with your soul if you are not totally surrender or accept anything. So to come up with that situation that you should not get higher form of physical element in the next life, you have to work with your body as well as with your soul. So I think Smita is great and she has a great knowledge, and everyone should attend her book session knowledge also, because beside getting physical and spiritual and all these things, with book session knowledge also we get lot of insight, and we started working on ourselves, we started introspecting ourselves, and this improves our relation also. So thank you, Smita, for all your knowledge and all for your insights. Thank you, Smita.
Thanks, Pooja. Thank you so much for coming in.
So
Yeah, Annapurni.
Yeah, glad to see Smitha Akka here. So I have been part of Smitha Akka's WhatsApp group for some time now, and I have attended a lot of sessions. But one of the sessions that is very close to me is Smitha Akka's session, which completely turned my life upside down for good. So to start with, I'll take 1 minute to fully tell. I have bad cracks in my feet. As soon as I joined Smithaka's WhatsApp group, uh, this question was into my mind. I don't know how to solve this. Akka said, like, you have to nourish your body, be grateful. Till then, I was not at all grateful for anything in my life, and that changed me. I used to apply chemicals to my feet, and if I remember right, it's more than 1 year. 1 year, I guess so. It's more than 1 year after joining Smita's WhatsApp group. I stopped using any chemicals, and worst case, I use coconut oil. That's all. My feet is just cured, almost cured, and now and then I get cracks, but I'm not using any chemicals and completely came out of it. And I also consulted Smitaka for my personal questions, and her guidances are not complex or something that you cannot implement. So my heartfelt gratitude. I wanted to hear from other participants also, and just my gratitude to you, Akka. You have been, when Smitaka was telling about her paid session, she has not spoken about her book and other free sessions which she has done, so which she has done, and which she has created so much of impact in all of us. So thank you so much, Ka. Sending you only gratitude.
Yeah. So for people who think who cannot pay and come to me, who don't need that regular hand holding, let's say you have your health is like normal and then it's not like complex health issues are there, then you don't need that session. I have created recordings like Asha Shivram is also on this call. I've been working with her. She's also a nature cure practitioner. We have done a course where we have put all our knowledge on nature cure, that holistic package, right? Holistic healing. We have put it in one single recording, and I can share that links with you. Apart from that, we've done books, gratitude sessions, the magic book sessions, power book sessions, which predominantly had some amount of duality kind of teaching in that. So a friend of me and me, we have brought that to oneness. And then I have spoken about food also. In all my sessions, I've definitely spoken about food and juices and many of these things. And then I've done this course on a book called Divine Design, which came to me through meditation. That book also was a channeled book, and that also has changed many people's life. And that is like a holistic Bible kind of thing. And these are all, I mean, if you are a person who is intrinsically motivated to work on yourself, there is information. Every information is there. You can grab information from that and work on yourself. But then if you need daily hand holding, then you have to pay and come, right? So because I'm spending my time away from my family, away from my own personal work and stuff like that, so if I have to spend time on you, then for the first time I take that money, and after that you stay with me for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years and all that, I'm not at all taking any charges. But that is the way I work, because I know how my guides work with me, right? So yeah, that's what Annapurni was trying to tell.
Smitha, can you give us the links, maybe
Yes.
separately, and then forward
Yeah.
them in the community?
Yeah, I'll send it to Shivangi, so she will send it to the group. Yeah. So Anju, do you want to talk?
Yeah, I'm with Smitha since I think it's going to be almost 1 year. I heard Smitha and Holistic Buddha, and I like the way. Actually, I came to natural healing because of my mother, and I started working on myself under Dr. Arun Sharma. But when I heard Smitha, I like the way, so I came under her. Main my thing is I was not though I knew about, yeah, I was not able to leave milk. So and it's a big since 1 year, almost 1 year, I've left milk. I'm not on milk at all. I've become a pure vegan. And most important for me is not the milk thing. It's important is my way of thinking, my mind work. That she helped me. She helped me to accept things, accept how to surrender. And this has helped me a lot in my life. How to accept things. It has been main thing is surrenders brought me a lot of peace of mind, and accepting things, accepting people, the way they are. This has brought up me a lot of peace in me. Now I'm facing a lot of challenges in my life. My mother-in-laws are not well. My mother's not well. But because of Smitha, the way each time I ask her questions, she's always ready to answer me. She's always ready to guide me, and this has helped me to कैसे बताऊं कि accept the things we are and phrase things very easily, you know. Otherwise, I think 1 year पहले ये सब होता, this would have happened. I don't know. I would have probably had been in tears, crying, didn't know what to do, how to handle things. But the situation now I am feeling, I am handling in very better way. The way I was in 1 year back, actually. And I have attended almost all the sessions, the magic session and all. It's helped me to bring gratitude in my life. There's so many things I've changed. The way I looked at things. I was very fearful person, always very scared of what to do. Very now I've become fearless also, and dealing things in a better way, accepting things in a better way, surrendering to whatever the situation it is. So yeah, thank you, Smita, for each and everything. And Holistic Buddha, yes, thank you to Smita and Asha. I really loved that session, and that made me connect with Smita. I think it is a must here to for each and everyone to get into this path. Yeah, thank you, Smita. Thank you, Asha.
Thank you, Anju. So when somebody was talking about the WhatsApp groups, so the WhatsApp groups that Anju was talking about and all that was, I think no, the Annapurni was talking about was the magic book sessions and those kinds of WhatsApp groups which were free in nature. But I have a clients group also where I have people with paid who have paid me and then who are working with me kind of thing. But yeah, but definitely I'll share all the free stuff also. And unless you really need that hand holding, don't force yourself to come on this path. It's okay, you because plenty of information is there for you to work on yourself. And don't feel pressured that without anybody I will not heal. Feel empowered when the knowledge comes, because that is also a teacher. And people have actually seen the episodes again and again and again and got different information every time they worked on themselves. So like that, those sessions are also channeled, so they come and they will help you, like law of attractions. So wherever you are, they will give you those answers. That kind of sessions those are. And they will help you. Yeah, Vandana. Yeah, Vandana, sure.
Yeah, hello. Can you hear
Hello.
me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. मुझे तो बहुत टाइम हो गया मैंने स्मिता को फॉलो किया स्मिता को आई डोंट नो हाउ आई केम इन कांटेक्ट विद स्मिता बट शी इज एक्चुअली अ ट्रू एंजल मुझे तो काफी कुछ मतलब बचपन से ही मैंने कभी एलोपैथिक दवाई नहीं खाई बट स्टिल आई हैड एंडोमेट्रियोटिस एंड सम साइनस इश्यूज मैं अपना एंडोमेट्रियोटिस तो ठीक नहीं कर पाई बिकॉज मैंने बीच में ही फिर से मतलब मैं डेविएट हुई और मैंने अपना पाथ छोड़ दिया बट नाउ मतलब आई नो एवरीथिंग आई एम हैंडलिंग द थिंग्स so better now if I can smile I it is only because I have the knowledge and I am in contact with Smita. So much gratitude in me. Now I am a very different person, very peaceful. बीच बीच में ऐसा होता है मेरे साथ मैं फिर से कंफ्यूज हो जाती हूँ कि मैं क्या कर रही हूँ ठीक कर रही हूँ नहीं कर रही हूँ but the way my body is handling everything how am I handling everything is totally changed और छोटी मोटी प्रॉब्लम्स लाइक कोई भी ऐसा बॉडी इशू इज नथिंग लाइक इन फ्रंट ऑफ मी मुझे कुछ भी हो जाए मुझे कुछ भी घबराहट नहीं होती है मैं जल्दी से ठीक हो जाती हूँ और आई एम सो एनर्जेटिक एंड आई एम मैं वीगन हूँ और मैं बहुत सारे फ्रूट्स खाती हूँ और लोग मेरे से पूछते रहते हैं कि तुम अपना वेट कैसे मेंटेन करती हो तुम कैसे इतनी एक्टिव हो तुम कैसे इतनी पतली हो मतलब इट्स नथिंग लाइक मी ये मेरे लिए कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है खाओ पियो और फ्रेश रहो
Much
और
better.
पतले रहो
Thank you, Vandana. Sure, I think we
Thank
can
you.
always have questions now.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so can we take questions now? I think everyone has. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just go a little above in the chat. Just a second. Someone was asking that how can they fulfill the low sorry, how can they fulfill the need of vitamin B12 on a plant-based diet? Um, because you are asking like not to have milk or something like that. So can you explain something on this, Smita?
See, vitamin B12 deficiency is there across the planet. Okay, it is not really specific to vegans or people who are on non-vegan diet or something, because for various reasons, people on a non-vegan diet also will have B12 deficiencies. People on a vegan diet will also have. See, it is not about the whether we get milk or not get milk or anything. It is about the condition of the gut. In the past we were in touch with soil, agriculture and all of that. It was and we were living in natural conditions. We were in touch with nature. Today we are all washing our hands with Dettol soap and this and that. So our body has eventually learned to kill off everything that is coming naturally into our body. And the condition of the body is also such that, okay, yeah, we don't eat without washing our hands, something will end up. So this is the condition of the body over time, because of complex exposures to various things, complex emotions. We have become like that. Our gut has become like that. So even if you take a B12 injection or take a B12 supplement, you will not be able to retain that. So what we should do is, initially you may take a B12 supplement, but we have to get the body to a condition where the gut is eventually getting to a clean state with healthy eating habits and healthy living habits, healthy thinking habits. So when you do that, B12 will naturally multiply in our body. And even if you have a deficiency, you will actually not even see that in your day-to-day life. See, for that matter, even I may have a deficiency, but I don't have any such symptoms in my life. I do about 2 hours of, I do about 1.5 hours of workout every single day, and then I sit for 2 hours of meditation every single day. I'm also up by 4 o'clock. I'm asleep by 11 o'clock in the night, and my energy levels are very good. And I'm sure if my blood tests show a B12 deficiency, I'm not seeing that anywhere in my life. But I can let's say if I have some problem, if I have a headache, I have this, I have that. Oh, for some time my hair used to fall a lot. And then and definitely if you see Google, they'll say, oh yeah, B12 deficiency, your hair fall will happen. But then I did a lot of spiritual work. I did gratitude. I did I just forgot about thing. I just started saying thank you to even the hair that was falling. But now the hair is not falling at all so much. How did that get fixed? So it is the mind that heals the body. For example, wise people say that life is meaningless, right? Life is meaningless. And if you can give the meaning that you want in your life, for your life, if you think that B12 deficiency is giving me these problems, then B12 deficiency will give you those problems. It will show you that, yes, as a creator, this is what I am asking from my reality. Take is what the reality is going to give you. So trust that when you go on this path without expecting anything back in return, it will give you multifolds return. And initially you can take supplements, it doesn't harm. But over a period of time, you may not need it. That is what I would do. I don't say people don't take it. Initially, if they want to take it, I will say, okay. But you don't need any other supplements. People typically don't need iron supplements and calcium supplements and all of those kinds of things. Because with a disciplined mind and your focus on just working on your soul towards self-realization over a period of time, it will definitely help. If your goal is not self-realization also, and whatever is your goal also, that is still okay. If you work towards your goal sincerely with Shraddha and all of those problems also will go away. It's the mindset. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Smita. I will go to the next question. Someone is asking that they have this bulge in their spine. Can a plant-based life or this kind of work that you're doing can also help with that?
See, many of these bone related issues, spinal related issues, disc bulges and all of that is because of inflammation that is naturally there in your body. Of course, emotionally, we can definitely connect that to some emotion that you are holding on in that region. But then I don't really have that proficiency to tell you that yet. But I can tell you that if you raise your frequency through juices and fruits and all of that, over a period of time, all of these inflammations will come down. And you'll definitely come to a state where you can work with a proper physical trainer and improve your muscular health and general health, physical health, which means you need to become strong over a period of time. Why did the bone problems happen? Because your muscles were not very strong. And once inflammation comes down, you have to hit the gym, you have to do yoga, and you have to get your body back in shape. There is no shortcut to that. See, when you're working on yourself, it's not going to be a cakewalk. You are taking charge of your child, and child raising, we all know it's going to be a lot of work, right? Similarly, taking care of your body is also a lot of work. Self-realization is not a joke. And if we need to get there at some point in our life, this life, some life, we need to work on it today. And yeah, we will have obstacles. It's okay. It will, to give you that answer, yes, inflammations, all kinds of inflammations. If you've not been born with that problem, lifestyle corrections will heal that problem.
Thank you. This is an interesting question. What do migraines signify? Have you come across something like that?
Yeah. I've worked with people with very severe migraines. If you see the playlist that Shivangi has shared, testimonials, there is a child, 15-year-old child, who had severe migraines and she's lost a lot of schooling because of that. So it is majorly because of the condition of the gut. And if the condition of the gut is majorly acidic, lots of old stuff is there, fermentation and all of that, over a period of time, you will see that as migraines. So any stomach related changes will see that as migraine. But for that, you can't really take antacids and other stuff. You have to clean your stomach. And in the process, migraine will come. And you have to accept that migraine, learn pain management the way I teach, allow that pain to go, because all of that pain is you storing that emotions and not releasing that. We will do all these physical changes and all of that, but ultimately when that emotion is leaving you as a pain, you have to work on accepting it and leaving it in the holistic way.
Interesting.
Acceptance has to come and it will go. Severe migraines will also heal. Depending on case to case basis, it might take 6 months, 1 year and all of that.
Okay. So I think someone has messaged me personally that there are many content available online about gut cleansing. What is your take on gut cleansing if one wants to do on their own?
See, typically there is so much of information overload on the internet that it might confuse you, because most of the people who come to me have actually done everything on their own. They've gone to many people and then they've come to me. So I would say that everything that is coming to you is not wrong. If you feel connected to it, please go ahead with it. Try it out, because there is a lesson for you. If you have to come to a guided practitioner and go through it, it means that you should have exhausted all your resources, all your intellect, and you should have come to a state where I need to listen to somebody. If you've not exhausted that kind of potential, then it means that you need to go through that. Because even if you come to me prematurely, you will still have doubts in whatever I'm doing. So feel connected to whatever is coming to you. Nothing is wrong. Every information out there is right if you feel it's connecting with you. At some point, it'll teach you some lesson, and then over time, you'll come to somebody else. So nothing is wrong on the internet. You have to decide what is right for you and what is wrong for you. And don't fear. Don't fear in testing out things, because doing this diet and that diet will actually not kill you. You will know, listen to yourself, learn to connect to yourself and see, is this actually helping me? Try it at least for 3 months. See if it's helping you.
Interesting. So, just for everyone here, try to ask a question which is not specifically connected to your disease. I'll tell you why. Because that is something that you can personally reach out to Smitha, that if this can be healed or not, or if that is something that she can take or not. Because too many details here, we won't be able to take personally on a group session. So that's my only request. I will go to the next question. This is interesting. So it says that Smita said that she expressed gratitude even in the problem that she's facing, let's say hair fall. I want to ask her, what is the mindset behind doing this, if she can explain it.
See, the universe has been giving us so much, right? If we say, let's say there is a problem in my life, what about all the other areas where you don't have problems? For example, Let's say if I'm feeling bad that my hair is falling, what about all the hair that is still on my head?
Hmm.
Did I thank the universe for all that is in my head and still makes me look beautiful? No, I haven't. So if you bring that attitude of gratitude, even amongst the challenges that you're facing, are you able to challenge yourself to look at something good even in that? Something positive. That attitude is going to help you. And I've practiced that and hence it came.
Interesting. Okay, thank you for that,
It's
Smita.
a way, see, gratitude is a higher emotion, right? So you'll eventually raise your vibrations to vibrate at that emotion if you are predominantly in the gratitude state.
Hmm.
And yeah, it'll heal you in any way.
Also, someone is asking, what if on some days we are unable to follow plant-based diet, like we are on a trip or someone else's home?
Yeah.
So
See,
that.
I recently completed an Uttarakhand trip and came. And like
Hmm.
this, I've completed so many other trips.
Hmm.
And if I want to follow a certain lifestyle, if I'm determined to follow a certain lifestyle, universe will help me. Universe helped me with vegetables, universe helped me with fruits. I was able to do that. And most of my clients are not homemakers. They are travelers. They are professionals. They go to other places to do their work. And there are bikers also. There are so many different kind of people who travel. And when they see when they see their body healing, they try their best to do whatever it is. They may not be able to do 100%. Even I did not do 100%. I did not do my juices and all of that. But for that 6 days, I definitely ate my fruits and I found a way to eat my salads. The hotel people chopped the salads and gave. And I was in a car, so I could carry things. Even if I'm in a bike, I could carry things. So if you're, let's say, unless you're carrying it solo, you're on a trek or something, you can definitely carry things. We've carried tender coconuts and all. See, where there's a will, there's a way. Universe will test you. Are you focused on your life? So do you really want to do this? Yes, I want to do this. When you say yes, I want to do this, then it will show you a way. Because you are a creator, right? You will attract those situations in your life. If you say no, I think yeah, traveling and all is so difficult, we will not be able to do. Yeah, if you have only decided that you can't, then why will the universe help you? Because that is whatever you ask is what you're going to get. So it is very important that you know exactly why you're doing it and how strongly you want it. Ask
Yeah.
questions, rather commit to it over a period of time. Yeah, we all make mistakes. It's not like I scold anybody if they don't, or someday they might have coffee, someday they might have tea. I don't scold them because we all have a growing, what do you say, curve.
Yeah.
It is definitely not like this. It has to go like this and like this and like this and come down and again like this. All kinds of curves are possible.
Amazing. Actually, this is so true for me, Smita. When my father and I, because both of us were doing it together, so we were having a little bit of lack of fruits, and I was like, you know what, universe, I want to do this, so make this happen. And suddenly, a fruit vendor called like my father and said, we can drop like the whole lot at your house. And now, like one room is filled with watermelons and oranges. So yeah, where there is a will, there's a way, and this did happen with me. So it completely makes sense.
Yeah. And please understand, on any diet you can make muscles, provided you are hitting the gym and making muscles.
Mm.
Muscles are such that if you work on those muscles and give that enough attention and focus, you will definitely make muscles. Muscles don't really depend on the type of diet or protein, or it is not necessary at all. Even on a juice diet, I can make protein. Sorry, on my muscles. Even on a pure plant based, just fruits also, I can make muscles. You have to be willing to go hit the gym if you want to be a bodybuilder. That is the amount of time it needs you on the muscles. But then if you are a person who just wants strength, yeah, I'm okay with 3 days, 4 days a week, and 1.5 hours, 1 hour in the gym. That's enough. I don't look like muscular person, but I have enough strength. So yeah.
Someone is asking, Smita, that what about fear of having a disease? Like physically it's not there, but mentally I keep fearing that I'll have a disease.
See, this fear of any fear for that matter is just lack of knowledge. And the worst fear that anybody can have is cancer, especially these days, right? We think, oh yeah, something happened, some small lump happened on my hand, oh yeah, I think this is cancer. Let's say some small mark on my hand, oh, I think this is cancer. because there is so much of misinformation. No, I should not say misinformation. There is so much of lack of enough information on cancers that people think that I have cancer. But if you think so much about it, it means that universe will also say, oh yeah, if you want it, then you'll get it. Because you want that experience. But trust me, unless you are emotionally clogged up, I have not seen cases who have come to me with tobacco cancers, who've eaten a lot of tobacco, who've eaten a lot of meat, who've eaten a lot of dairy, or who've eaten some kind of carcinogens and then got cancer. No, nobody has actually come to me with that state. People have got clogged with emotions where they've not released at all. Only those people have got cancers. So if you have a fear of cancer, why should you think you want that? Instead of that, just say that, okay, yeah, I think I have fear of this cancer. Chalo, it's okay. That fear is also an experience. Let me enjoy that fear of experience. Fear, just that fear. That acknowledge that you have that fear, that's enough. And then trust that, trust and surrender. If you have cancer, and if you have to go through that and some lesson has to come through that, journey of healing has to happen because that was your soul plan, it will come anyway. And then if you have to heal, that also will come anyway. That information also will come to you anyway. Just be open. Oh, chalo, kya hai? This body, next body, another body. So, but if you have to die, with or without cancer, anytime we'll die. Cancer is not killing you. It's just that after cancer or after that period of growing through that pain and suffering or whatever it is, time to die has come and you die. It's not that cancer killed you. Your own plan killed you. Right? Your own plan gave you the death. So death is not something that we can fear. Fear of the disease, yes, many people have fear of the disease. When you get knowledge, trust that when you start following such a lifestyle, you can heal from anything. Yeah, maybe for cancers, I'll put them only on juice. And people like that stay on 1 or 2 years of juice. They are okay because their body has already healed. And they do inner work and then they heal. But nobody needs to go through like 100% of juice all the time. People are on cooked meals, people are on rice, and people are on millets and all of those things. So depending on the conditions, you can definitely work on yourself. In cancers, people are connecting to themselves 24/7. Like whole complete connection they are putting to themselves because they have a lot of work to do. But maybe when people don't have cancers, maybe you may not be connected to yourself 100%. That's all is the difference. So don't fear any disease. Disease is here to teach you as a teacher. If you didn't have the disease, you would not be learning anything. Are you learning anything when everything is happy in your life? You're just eating, sleeping, watching TV and enjoying masti moj. What is the learning? You came here for some journey, right? For some learning. To learn some core virtues, learn some core emotions and all that. So that will come only when you have a disease. Right? Otherwise, why will you do all of those things? Why will you follow a plant-based diet if everything is very nice in your life? So you have to have, once your quota is over for that experience, you will be pushed to the next stage. Whether you like it or no, you'll be. See, we all like to stay in our comfort zones. Correct? We all love. But then we have to become comfortable by jumping from one comfortable zone to another uncomfortable zone. Tomorrow that uncomfortable zone also will become comfortable. That is the journey. To just keep jumping and become comfortable with that jumping. So don't think that you're going to live happily forever in the same state. There is no live happily forever. As long as you're alive, you will not have a non-challenging life at all. Challenges will come and you have to just become used to you should get used to accepting those challenges and then surrendering in some cases, gratitude in some cases, whatever knowledge comes to you at that time, apply.
So, Shweta, this is Smitha, this is a very interesting question. If becoming vegan is needed to move into 5D, then does this mean that non-vegetarians cannot attain higher frequency?
See, for that matter, if you've seen some of our old saints and all that, maybe they have eaten non-veg at the time, and predominantly they were all vegetarians. I should not say they were vegans also at the time. They were all vegetarians. It depends on what is their soul plan. But today, from whatever I know,
Hmm.
It is easy to go on that journey if you are plant-based. Because if when you are having animal foods inside yourself, you'll have to work a lot harder to cross that delta frequency that you are basically dropping in your consciousness. If you're willing to work on that, maybe do extra meditations, do this, that, whatever, then maybe that is your journey.
Yes.
Because there is nothing like this is the only way.
Mm.
You are a soul. You are like you are a creator. You have every possibility to plan your life, and you can prove and say, oh, see, even with a non-vegetarian lifestyle, I came to 5D. Maybe you are a person like that.
Mm.
Because you did not eat for pleasure. You ate because there was food in front of you. Right? When you connect to the food, not for your pleasure of five senses, then there is no karmic imprint or whatever. So Bhagavad Gita says all of those things, but it doesn't say eat non-veg. It says it talks about all the Ashtanga yoga principles, right, where you are mentally disconnected from many things. You're detached. So when you're detached, typically, and you eat like this, because that was food. See that if you read some, I think there are some books. I forget which book, but then if you read about some of the saints, there are stories where they have been eating dead bodies also in the Himalayas. They have eaten dead bodies, but they did not eat dead bodies thinking that it was meat or anything. They thought it was that God consciousness, and they ate it. Okay, that there are some saints who are like that, and who are all enlightened and all that. And there is one more story, which is there was this group who went to in search of Shambhala. It was that kind of story. And then where they meet a Tibetan monk in the Himalayas, and then that guy, there is this Brahmin who's in that group. And then apparently he calls him, the Tibetan monk calls him, and he says, go to the river and take bath and come and all of that. So then you will find food coming to you from Tirupati temple or whatever he'll say. He doesn't say food will come to you. No, he'll just say, get that baggage. One dead body will come, and then they'll be like, what the hell? We are carrying a dead body and all that. But then they'll get the dead body to the place, to the ashram. Then he'll tell, okay, let's all eat. Then they would have seen what's inside. So it was dead body. Then they'll say, yeah, you start eating. Food is inside this. And he'll be like, oh my god, he's making me do some papam and all of that, some bad thing, because I'm going against my religion to eat this non-veg, that to dead body. But then when he opens that package, it'll actually be, he'll do puja and all to that. He'll do naivedyam. He will offer that to God, because he'll ask him to offer that to God. He'll offer the dead body to God, and then when he opens it, it'll actually be Tirupati Prasadam. All that puliyogare and all of that.
Wow.
So then he'll say, hey, everything in the universe is made up of those five elements. Even the dead body is made up of those five elements. So what are you actually saying? This is bad, that is good.
Yeah.
So it is the mindset that makes you think like that. So if you have a mindset where you actually have very pure godly connection towards non-veg, then yeah, it may not really affect you at all, because you are already in that 5D consciousness of oneness. So it
Lovely.
depends on where you are in your journey.
Wow. So amazing. I was actually thinking about this. Like, there's so much of like thought into this is good, this is bad, that all like separation and away from oneness. Amazing. Thank you. Thank you for sharing this. So, I just want to answer a few people who asked about hair fall. I will tell you, when I started the juice fast and this diet, I was having issues with my hair, like hair fall and everything. Trust me, it has completely gone. I'm surprised how clean my comb is. And within like, I've just started. So like within like 21 days or something. And it really helped me. Like, at least I can tell you, it really helped me. Okay. So because some people were asking constantly about some hair fall or something, that let's see. I was going to go to the next person. Yeah, so someone is asking that they have this self-sabotaging nature towards their own body, like they're constantly in war, with their own body. So how can they kind of understand maybe a limiting belief around this? Like, why are they self-sabotaging their body?
See, when I listen to your story from your childhood and all of that, then I might get some ideas about why you think like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes a deeper talk is necessary,
Hmm.
and there is no direct answer to how you will get convinced about connecting with your body like a child.
Mm.
Um, so that fear of being in your body, you may dislike your body
Mm.
in many ways. So why do you dislike your body? When we get that kind of feeling, when we talk to you in detail, then I will get that connection.
Okay. So actually, yeah, I wanted to say that also, that if you have like personal questions around your particular problem that you're facing, then please reach out to Smitha. Okay. We will be sharing her contact also in the community. Because already it's 90 minutes or something. So we will be taking last few more questions to conclude the session today. Um, Someone has asked, yeah, so this is interesting. There's so much talk out there about alkaline based diet or alkaline body. Please give some insight about it, as we eat too much acidic food and emotions which create more acid flux in the body. So,
So like I said, body is typically alkaline in nature, which is majorly what do you say? Acidic is pH. It's mostly like pH, acidic, alkaline, and all is based on pH value. So we are majorly alkaline in nature. Only the stomach is expected to be acidic because of the stomach um, acids and all of that. So when you predominantly bring natural food, which is alkaline in nature, body tends to go towards that stable balance. So which is why they say alkaline diet and all of that. Otherwise, most of the low frequency thoughts will create acidic nature inside the body. And any high frequency, anything that is high frequency will slowly restore that alkaline balance. And typically, dairy and other things are known to be acidic because they're all coming from animals, and they are not meant for human beings. So, our body, since it doesn't know how to process it because we don't have the microbiomes to digest animal milk, because we had the microbiomes to digest our own mother's milk. After that, the nature did not create cows to feed us. It created a mammal, a mother, to feed the young of the child, the young of that mammal, right? So we don't have that enzymes within us. We don't have the germs within us to work on that, to break it and all that. So they will ferment, they will become acidic, and that will eventually become acids inside the body, right? So when the body is able to recognize things that it can connect to, that is alkaline. So predominantly it's all plant based. You see our teeth, it's all flat. It is
yeah.
not like a lion and tiger, like it's not sharp. So we are meant to eat like a cow, which is all plant based.
Interesting. Okay. Thank you for sharing this, Smita. So I think this question I've already answered. Like, is it worth to separately cook food when other people are? See, I think Smita answered this, that it is about how much are you devoted to this process, to this journey. If this resonates with you, you will find a way. You know, Smita was just talking about will and way. So if you have the will, you will find a way to make sure that you can cook for yourself and for other. And I think that's something that happens for everyone. Like Smita has mentioned in the beginning also, that not everyone was in the path when she started this, and she started doing this to herself. So that is required. Okay, let me just go to the next question. We will
Don't
be,
fight the world, friends. Don't fight the world when people disagree with you. People
yes.
will come and criticize you. People will come and tell what you're doing is wrong. See, you become so thin, you are not looking good at all of that is again lessons. It will
Mm,
come and people will show you where your obstacles are towards growth.
mm,
If you have a feeling of being uncomfortable in your body, people
mm,
will come and show you that you are uncomfortable. You
mm,
look bad, you are thin, you are fat, all of that is going to come to you in front of you. You have to just take it as a, what do you say, a sign for growth. And there are so many such details which I talk about on a case to case basis based on wherever
yeah,
you are.
yeah, true. Okay, so I will be sharing the links that, by the way, Smita has mentioned, all the group sessions and everything, because some people are asking for videos and everything. So I will be sharing that in the WhatsApp community for those who have joined from my community. So that is will be taken care of later. Also, Smita, someone asked about acne, that what can be a limiting belief around acne? Why will they appear?
I'm not sure about what's the limiting belief unless I talk to you. But
Hmm.
all I can say is we can start off with physical cleansing and all of that. Over a period of time, acne will disappear.
Hmm.
But as you start walking towards oneness and then watching your own duality, areas of duality, whatever shows up, you can work on that. We can't really say, okay, this problem is related to this particular emotional feeling, because there can be so many nested emotions that are there. You may have just understood the surface level emotion, but you may still have acne, right? It'll keep coming. There are so many such things in our life. So we cannot target any problem like that. Some major issues, maybe like breast cancer, all of those things may be related to your acceptance of feminine self or lack of love, and all of that might be there. But something like acne and all will we can't target it at that level. Maybe if I was a person who would be able to see through and through you at a soul level, yeah, maybe. But to get to that kind of understanding, you may have to learn so many other nested informations. Nested learnings have to come. Wisdom has to come, probably. But what I can say is, as you clean the body, which is like straightforward, many things will actually, all the low hanging fruits will go off. All the low hanging issues will go away. Deeper issues will take time. As you are in this journey, deeper issues will continue to keep coming up and they'll go off. But most of the issues that are on surface level and all of that will mostly go away. Acne and all of that, mostly. See, in my daughter's case, she had acne, but she had her own journey to understand how to heal it and all that. She's been on this plant-based journey for a long time. My clients would heal from acne, but she did not heal from acne because there was no acceptance that this path is for me. She wanted to go on her own exploration path. And now she's found something. If I eat this, if I drink this, if I do that, so that's her journey. I can't question them. Where your surrender is, there is your healing.
Wow. Where your surrender is, there is your healing. That's such a nice line. Amazing, Smita. So Smita, this question actually intrigues me also. I have seen this, that many people who actually are coming to me also, like for whatever emotional work that they're coming from, after some time they will end up developing some food allergy, like specifically like non-veg and dairy. Okay, so I was thinking, is it because they are trying to raise their frequency, and like this is helping them that, okay, now if I have allergy, then I will not eat this only. Is it something like that? Because someone has asked similar question, that I'm getting allergic to certain kind of food. What is my body trying to say?
See, the way you should look at food is like a hotel. Okay. If you are in that area, you will go to that hotel. And those hotel people are going to serve you food and you eat their food and then you're happy. But then now you have gone to some other place, right? Let's say you've gone from this level, you've gone to this level. But now when you are in this level, now these foods are expected to serve you and all of that. But then maybe when now you are trying to eat the same foods that you are eating here, maybe because of the frequency difference, your body is trying to expel that. Maybe I should not say frequency difference. Maybe I'm going to say that this food, when you eat it now also, it is basically triggering certain emotions within you which you are supposed to release. Why did that food even come to you in the first place? Even after
Wow.
you fit, it is because
Yeah.
you still have that piled up emotions within you. Because in my case, let's say I'm predominantly of grains in my journey, but then rice still keeps calling me. But then when I eat it, sometimes I have cold, sometimes I don't have cold. But then it was my journey to say, acha, cold, no cold. When it comes to me as food, I'll eat it. I accepted the cold, but then if I say I don't like the cold, but I still want to eat the rice, then there's a lot of resistance within me. I should be okay. If I want to eat something, let me enjoy, eat it. And if there is some emotion that is going to come outside me because of the food or not because of the food also, let it come. I'll be okay with that also. There's another theory to this. We don't have a past, we don't have a present, we don't have anything. In that moment, if you had to get a cold, if you had to get some elimination, that was your journey. You had to learn something from that moment. In some other moment, you're happy, no problem. But in this moment, that had to come out of your body. Just take it as that moment's experience. Don't connect this to some other thing at all. Don't connect this to some other food at all. But yeah, if you have an allergy towards some food, if you think, because there's a belief system there, no? You've already formed a belief system that this food is actually making me do this. Even I have a belief system there. Sometimes we can't get over those belief systems so easily because we need to be in a certain frequency with some awareness like a higher form of awareness. For me, rice, from 2019 itself, I have different awareness for rice itself. Sometimes this level of awareness comes and I would have overcome some problem with rice. This level of awareness at this level. So like this, at each level, there is a different kind of awareness and different kind of learning from the same food. So if you don't have that kind of knowledge as of now, if you can't even think at that level, quit that food for now. Later on, when you feel that everything is okay, I'm still okay to try it, then you can try it. It's okay. But then if you still feel cravings and all of that, it is because your body still has that lower forms of things. Just
Yeah.
go through some juices and stuff like that. Give the body what it abundantly wants, which is that natural foods, natural liquids, natural juices. So when you give the body, keep it well hydrated, 80%, 75% to 80% well hydrated, well nourished, lots of fructose from the fruits and vegetables and all of those things, then it will be very happy. It will not ask for anything. Even when you're asking for some craving and all that, actually there is something that you have not given the body, either emotion or food. Initially, natural foods will help you work on that. But over a period of time, some form of emotion will bridge that gap. That's why this is called a journey. It's not called a diet.
Yes, true. Amazing. So I think
But
all
once you come on this diet, it's like a no return path. Once your body will become slightly efficient and you may not be able to go back to the same junk foods and all that you were eating. It will throw. Like Sachin Tendulkar, it will hit a six.
Amazing. So I think, most of the questions, and I get like completely get the mindset of these people, because I also have still, I think, a lot of similar mindset, because we usually start thinking, should we have this? Should we have that? What you are teaching is so amazing. It is like, you should not think, oh, it is bad or it is good. It is like, okay, if I feel like having this, then something that this food is also teaching me. And from your like sharing, Smita, I am realizing that like everything that we eat like gives us an opportunity to learn so much, you know. It's just so amazing. I'm kind of having like a overwhelming moment right now, but it's amazing. So I want
Everybody may not be in that state. So, which is why we do that spoon fed
yeah,
natural thing,
yeah,
because it is already high frequency. So, it is going to cleanse you. It is going to take you to that high frequency where you can actually think at that subtle level.
yeah,
Those
true,
subtle thoughts are going to come.
true. Okay, so let's end this session with this last two questions that I want to pick, and then we'll conclude. One is about black tea and black coffee. What is your take on that? And second, people have these limiting, you can say, a belief that juices will increase sugar, and juices are nothing but sugar. And as you have been saying that in your diet, we use juice because it's like water and everything. So what is your take on that
Yeah.
for
So,
people to
coming to
understand?
black tea and black coffee,
Hmm.
both of these are basically stimulants. They give you pleasure.
Hmm.
It's not like it's a juice from a tree or something like that. We are drinking it for pleasure, right? So you can initially, when you're switching from dairy, I understand. Initially, you might switch from a milk based dairy milk. You can switch to some plant based milk like coconut milk, almond milk, and make your coffees and teas. As you continue to feed on your juices and keep yourself well hydrated, your craving for all of these things will actually go off. And you can switch it to herbal teas, tulsi tea, cinnamon, and ginger, and all of those kinds of teas. You can actually switch it to all of that. Um, but if you still want to have your black coffee and black teas, go ahead. Someday you'll quit that. Definitely.
And what about the sugar in juice?
So, see, I have not seen anybody on my, at least in my reality, I have not seen anybody, any practitioner, any book suggesting juices, at least in India. In the
Hmm.
West, yes, there are plenty of people.
Yes, yeah.
In
Hmm.
India, there are hardly anybody who basically brings it, because our Ayurvedic system or any form of ancient systems have not brought juices into the picture. In my opinion, because there was no abundance of fruits or vegetables at that time, people were typically in lack, and lack of agriculture, lack of produce. Transportation was not that great in the country, so agriculture and all that, that kind of system was not there. So you had to grow something and you had to eat that. And with families, bigger families and all that, so they had to save a lot of such food. So juices come only where there is abundance. And at the time, abundance was not there. So there is no concept of juice at all. So, which is why there is no juice. And today, if people are following books from ancient times, written by ancient people, which were written for those times, then you will come and say the same kind of concept even today. But if you look around, the earth is in fifth dimension, and we are experiencing an abundance of fruits and vegetables, which our ancestors have not seen. So why is the universe showing us all of these things? It is because it wants us to pick it and use it to the best. Like we are getting watermelons throughout the year these days. Right? Why are you getting watermelons throughout the year? And it's right in front of your eyes. Why is it in front of your eyes? Because you have to eat it. Because you have to drink it. Right? So trust nature. When nature gives you abundance, be abundant. Feel abundant. Don't limit yourself with limiting beliefs. And why juices? At least juices came to me naturally and intuitively, which is why I say juices a lot. Juices are food, are liquid foods. Liquid's subtle energy is much higher compared to solids. Whatever your solid is, the liquid state is much subtler compared to the solid state. So if you have to raise your frequency in today's times, where we are flooded with a lot of information overload, and you know how exposed our mind is to social media and many of these things, we need a lot more subtle foods to take us to that high energy, which is where liquids come in. And fruits, vegetables, and greens have a lot of liquids in them. And this is coming from earth's nutrition. It's coming from the liquids that the plant has absorbed. It is coming from the sunlight. It is coming from the air and all the seasons that it has seen. And it has come from ether. So all 5 elements are in the juices. And the juices will act like soap, and they also have liquids inside them, so they will clean you. It is like the purest form of liquid that you can actually get on earth. Water also, if you've seen the water experiments and all of those things, in Himalayas the water is very pure, but once it comes down to the ground level, and water from tap and all that, if you do experiments with that, they won't be crystals. They will not form flowers and all of those things under your microscope, which I think we've seen many water experiments saying this, right? But if you look at juices, right, they're all coming from plants, and they're not dead when you actually make juices. They're all still alive. So you can actually bring in a lot of nutrition inside your body, where your body has been in lack for a very long time. So, and I've seen with experience that people have changed dramatically with juices. And I don't even ask people to say, oh, drink only this juice, don't drink fruit juices. I don't say that at all. In people with diabetes, we don't make them do fruit juices. We make them do only vegetable juices. Once the diabetes is slowly reversing, they do fruit juices also. But initially, since the body is not capable of managing even the natural liquids, such as fruit liquids, we don't do. But then for other people, wherever nature has given you liquid in abundance, I'm not talking about ABC juice and all of that. I'm talking about liquids in abundance. Like ashgards have liquids in abundance. Cucumbers have liquids in abundance. Watermelons have liquid in abundance. Take that only and feed your body. So when you put that liquid abundance inside your body, the body will respond. See, if you've seen the way spirituality works, if your body and mind, or wherever you are in abundance, let's say if you're in abundance feeling about money, you will give money. Your health about money also will be good. You'll have a healthy attitude towards money. So if your body has to be healthy, you need to have all your cells have to be in abundance. They have to have abundant energy. They have to have abundant nutrition. Everything has to be in abundance. You can't be in lack and express abundance in your life. That's my policy. You have to fill your body with abundance so that they don't withhold anything. Otherwise, they'll withhold even the lower forms of energy will not come out. And we have to take the body to that highest abundance state. And fruit juices and all that is not going to make you sugar high or something like that, because they're all natural. You will not be sugar high. And even if you are going sugar high or something like that, you have to anyway exercise. Burn those calories. Because exercise is not a option.
Yes.
Side effect of pesticides and all that, I don't really think so much about it, because most of my clients don't do organic. Because there's nothing bad or good. If nature is providing you something, and if you put a label of pesticides and other things, it's the meaning that you are giving to the food. But if I don't give that meaning to that food and say, oh, God has given me this beautiful abundance. Yesterday, I did not have fruits and vegetables at all. Whole day, we have been eating only cooked food. But today, I have so much of fruits in front of me, and everything is natural. They are all talking to me. Every food that I'm eating is alive. Then that is the abundance I'm going to be looking at. And trust me, in all my 14 years of career, I've actually not seen people suffering with pesticides and all. Yeah, maybe even if you say that, okay, 50% or let's say 25% of healing is slow, it's okay. But still, it is definitely better than not eating it at all, no?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I most
See,
of
I should not say it's better than cooked food. I'm just saying that if you get a chance to give your body something raw, something natural, something that it can connect to, because it's made up of nature only, right? So it'll like better. It likes to go in that path. Yeah. Nidhi, you were saying something?
Ma'am, can I just share my experience once, ma'am?
yes, yes.
Yeah, sure.
I truly feel blessed. It's been a year, I think, since I attended the Holistic Buddha program conducted by Smitha ma'am and Asha ma'am. It was, I don't know from where, as they say, na, ki one thing leads to another. So maybe my soul was wanting, and I remember telling ma'am that it's actually whatever she was saying, it was as if my soul had been yearning to listen to it. And I have been eating sweets like it's part of my, I could have easily missed my lunch, dinner, breakfast, but I can't miss out on sweets. So it was that a hardcore part of my life. But thanks to ma'am, I don't know how, but it will be wrong to say that I left dairy. I think dairy left me. So I wouldn't put it across as if I left dairy. I think dairy left me, and it's been over 4 to 5 months. Even I was like I have left milk around 2 3 years back, but sweets with milk I could not just leave. I was so fond of chocolates and all those things, but it's been an amazing journey, and I seriously wonder how can I ever leave all this. And the second thing is I really want to say that after attending that program and being in touch with Smita ma'am, I am blessed that I have not yet faced any such chronic disease. But like even if fever or whatever comes, I feel happy that my body is healing, and I daily give gratitude to my body as if who am I to take care of my body? My body is actually taking care of me. And the biggest myth which was busted was that the food acts on body. It's the other way around. So thank you,
The
ma'am.
body acts
Thank you,
on food. Yeah.
ma'am. So these
Yeah.
three, there are many more, but these three are like just what I could immediately is coming to my mind. And thank you. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Nidhi has attended the gratitude courses and the divine design courses and all of those things as
So
well.
even if I get a small, I'm having this small, this thing since last 1 month, it was big. And I used to just, I love you, I love you, I love you. And like, I used to say that you are so, but all good things I used to think about it. And it used to hurt a lot. But now it is curing. And I'm like, okay, this part is taking care of itself. It is not bothering my other body parts. So even if sometimes my leg is paining, I'm like, oh my, I'm so healthy, my body part is the other parts of my body is so active. So like as I said, who am I to take care of my body is actually taking care of me. So um grateful.
Thank you so much, Nidhi.
Thank you, Nidhi.
Okay, amazing. So let's thank Smita everybody for this amazing session. Please show your gratitude in the chat box. And if you want to reach out to her, I have already shared her contact. I will be sharing all the other details in my community also, so that you can reach out to her in the WhatsApp community. Okay, I'm quickly sharing her WhatsApp and her Instagram again here. So you can take it from here as well again. And Smitha, thank you so much. This was so insightful for me, and it's always a pleasure. I remember when you did my father's session, I thought 3 hours. How will I like? मैं तो बीच में निकल जाऊंगी. But I was so stuck by the way you were explaining things कि नहीं ये मुझे सुनना है. I want to listen to this. So I'm extremely grateful, and I'm sure everyone, you can see the love that they're pouring on the chat is for the session. So yes, thank you so much, everyone. And for all the personal details, you can reach to Smitha. And please give her some time, because I know this, like after the session, many messages will reach out to you. So please give her some time. Be patient to get back to each one.
Yeah. Please don't reach me with some solutions to some problems, because unless you're willing to commit yourself to, let's say, a long-term relationship, then reach out to me. If you don't want that long-term relationship, or money is also a challenge or something like that, then definitely I'll be sharing those free sessions for you. You can take time and then go through that. And if you still feel that you want to come to me, then you can come to me. Try it out first yourself, and then also you can come to me. Okay, there is no hurry. I'm still here, right? Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for inviting me here. It was really a pleasure to see such a beautiful crowd, and then very, very wonderful questions, valid questions.
I know.
And I am extremely grateful to my guides and spirit guides, and whoever basically who brought this information across. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Smitha. Once
Thank you.
again. And
Thank
thank
you.
you everybody for staying. Like I think we have covered 2 hours now, and like 60 people are still here, which means like how much people resonated. So amazing. Thank you so much. We will be doing more such sessions, as you know, we do in my community, and probably we'll be bringing more such people in this community. So yeah, thank you so much. Please take care of yourself and of your family and of your health, and see you all soon. Bye bye.
Thank you. Take care. Bye.